Very good morning to all students. We are discussing about reproduction in plants. That is, we are discussing about sexual reproduction. Okay, sexual reproduction in plants. Whenever we heard about sexual reproduction in plant, we always remember, we have to always remember the sexually reproducing part of the flower, part of the plant is flower. So flower is the reproductive part of the sexual reproductive part of the plant. Okay, so flower have two parts, male and female. Okay, can single flower can have both organs, like male organ as well as female organ. So here in previous class I was drawn the structure of flower. Okay, today I am also drawing that structure here. This is an stigma and this is an ovary. Okay, like this is an pedicel. Okay, now these are the petals. These are the petals. Okay, and we have so many here, numerous number of androecium, we can say. This is an androecium, that is the male reproductive part of the flower. These are the androeciums. Okay, and here leaf like structure is that. What is this? These are the sepals. Sepals are the leaf like green part of the flower below the petal, below the ovary, we can say. This is an central part and these are the ovules. Okay, so like this structure, any bisexual flower look like this. We have here, these are the petals. Okay, petals are maybe fused or they may be freely. Okay, so gamopetalous means they are fused, all petals are fused. We have rose flower, you see that flower have free petals, so many petals are you can separate out. That type of flower is called as polypetally. Okay, polypetalous flower. And this one is we have datura flower. Suppose we have datura flower, that flower called as gamopetalous flower, because gamous means fused type of petals. So here we have we can say this is an one kind of hibiscus flower. You know China rose, that is hibiscus. So that flower contain, there are so many here are androeciums are there. That structure is different, this structure is different. This is not a hibiscus, but look like that hibiscus petals. Okay, so here these are the sepals and this one stigma, and this is one style, and this is one ovary. Okay, these three parts are collectively called gynoecium. Okay, Now we have another part like this is an anther. You should label all these parts. Okay, you remember these names what I am saying here. This is an anther. Upper part of bilobed structure is, this is a bilobed, one lobe and another lobe. Bilobed structure is called anther. Then this is a filament like structure, so it is called as filament. And both are collectively, we can say these both structures are collectively called as, androecium. Okay, androecium. Look at here spelling, androecium, androecium. Okay, so this is about bisexual flower. We have two types of flower, unisexual and bisexual. Uni means a flower contain only one sex organ or sex part, that may be androecium or that may be gynoecium. Such type of flower are called unisexual flower. But here we shown here in this diagram, I shown here which kind of flower, that is the bisexual flower, because I shown here both organs. Gynoecium is a female reproductive part and androecium is the male reproductive part. So which kind of flower is this? So it is the bisexual flower. Now moving towards our next point, these are the green colored structure. We know all these are the leaf like structure, leaves are there. So that sepals singly, this is a single sepal, one sepal. Okay, another sepal. So some plants have 2 sepals, some plants have 4 sepals, some have 3 also. So depend on that plant, which kind of plant is there. So some monocots have sepals or some do not have also the sepals. So sepals are in a numerous number in various plant. So here are all these sepals. Look at here what I am saying. Not only single sepal, I am saying about all sepals which are present in below the ovary. Okay, so here are 1 2, I am showing here only 2 sepals, but you may have in other flower 4 sepals or 3 sepals also. So here these all sepals means we can say group of sepals are collectively called as, I am writing here, group of sepals are collectively called as calyx. Okay, don't forget this one point. I will give you all these things here. You should note these points. Remember, it is a single sepal, but we if we have more than single sepal, that collectively referred to as a calyx. Okay, group of sepal is known as calyx. Now similar structure here, 1 2 3 4 and it may be 5. In case of rose flower, you may see there are number of petals are there, maybe 20 50, that may depend on a flower. Okay, so that all sepals means group of, sorry, that all petals singly it is called as petal, it is a single petal, but here are 1 2 3 4 5, we have 5 sepals. So here are group of sepal is known as, this is a second point, group of sepal petals, group of petals are called as corolla. Okay, corolla. We are moving outside to inside of the flower. Now we have these number of androeciums. Okay, so here anther and filament of a single androecium, that is male reproductive part, is called as androecium. Anther and filament is collectively called androecium. There are, depending on number of there is depend on flower, which kind of flower is there, or which family of that plant belonging, that is the depending on particular flower. But that may be there is number depend on a particular species of plant. Whose name number here is androecium's number. There may be 4 androecium, there may be 5, 6, 7, so many. In case of other species, like we can say hibiscus flower, you may have seen there are 9 plus 1 means 10, near approximately 10 androeciums you can found there. Okay, and this is an gynoecium, that is the female reproductive part, stigma, style and ovary. These are collectively called gynoecium. So we have third hole is there, androecium, and fourth hole is there, gynoecium. We can write here the androecium divides into anther and filament, and gynoecium divides into 3, like which these are stigma, style and ovary. These 3 parts of a gynoecium. So this is about the structure of flower. You may ask by our exam in board exam, that is the draw the you may ask the structure of a flower. Okay, so draw this type of structure, bisexual flower structure, and label them very well, because you should know which part is which is the part is involving in a reproduction of that particular plant species. Okay, now here we have 4 holes. Okay, we have how many holes? 4. Okay, these two, androecium and gynoecium, these 2 holes are called as essential holes. Essential holes, because these 2 parts, these 2 structures are involving in a reproduction, sexual reproduction. That's why these are called as essential holes. And these 2, androecium and calyx and corolla, are called as accessory holes. Accessory holes. Okay, these are the accessory holes because they protect the androecium as well as gynoecium. They cover them and they protect these reproductive structure. That's why these are called accessory. They perform accessory function. Okay, so that's why they are called accessory holes. Okay, this is about the structure of flower. One more thing, I shown here flower with pedicel, right, below the ovary. Okay, this is we are already labeled here, that is the pedicel. You know well, this is an pedicel. If a flower, okay, this is okay, suppose this is an calyx part. Okay, If flower contain or flower have pedicel, such type of flower is called as pedicellate. Okay, remember this point, pedicellate flower. In cases of some plants, there is no pedicel, they are directly attached to the that particular stem. So such type of flower is called as, there is no attachment of pedicel or stalk, such type of flower is called as flower without pedicel, or we can say stalk, called sessile flower. Such flower is called as sessile flower. Remember this one and this one. Okay, pedicellate means flower with pedicel, and sessile means flower without pedicel. Okay, so this is one of the important point. Now we have to move towards the pollination. Before that, we have structure of male reproductive part, that is the androecium. I will just explaining what is exactly happening during the production of male gamete. Okay, so this is an bilobed anther, structure of anther. This is an anther, and this one is filament. Okay, so this is called, you can call, these are these two collectively called androecium. Whole here, if we cut the anther, bilobed anther is cutted, or cut the section of this anther by we can say transversely. If we cut the section of that flower, anther of that flower transversely, we have 4 lobes. Within this is an externally it appearing like 2 lobes, 1 and 2, there are 2 lobes, but these 2 lobes, after the cutting of transverse section, seems inside that lobe there are 4 chambered structure like this. Okay, we may see like this structure. There are 4 chamber here. This is an TS of anther. What is this? TS of anther figure. TS of anther means transverse section of anther. We are cutting the anther transversely. That's why I am writing here TS of anther. That is the transverse section of anther. We have internally 4 chambered. These are the chambers. 2, this one is 3, and this one is 4. First I am writing here 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have 4 chambered anther, 2 lobed, and internally anther is 4 chambered. Now within this each chamber there is a number of layers of cells. Okay, and one more layer is that from this layer, so these cells are called as, these cells, here are some cells, these are called microsporangium. What is this structure? That is the cell with the diploid set of chromosome is referred to as microsporangium. Now what happened? In microsporangium, there is the cell division process occur, that is the meiosis. Meiotic division is occur here with the microsporangium, and there is formation of 4, yani tetrad means tetrads of cells, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are the tetrad. 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell. Each cell with haploid set of chromosome. Okay, remember this, very important is there. Haploid set of chromosome, each cell. Tetrad structure is formed after the meiotic division. We know the any diploid cell after the division of meiosis, there is formation of four haploid cells like this. Okay, and here I will show here, this is an tetrad structure, this is also tetrad structure. So there are so many tetrads are present within a sporangium layer. Okay, like this, here are number of tetrads are present. So these tetrad cells are growing here within a microsporangium layer, and protected and nourishing them. Here is one more layer is there, one more layer of cell, that is known as, I will showing here, this layer is called as tapetum, which nourish to the microspores or pollen grain, we can say pollen grains. What is the role of tapetum? Tapetum is the covering after the microsporangium, and there are formed of tetrads are singly, they are referred to as microspore. Each cell is called as microspore, or we can say these are the pollens. Okay, pollen grains. So where are the pollen grains? Here is inside the we can say center of the chamber within a tapetum. Okay, within a tapetum. The tapetum is the covering group of cell which provide the nutrients to the growing microspore or pollen grains. So tapetum is very useful for the nourishment of the pollen grains or microspore. Look at here, microsporangium is the diploid cell. After meiotic division, there are 4 haploid microspores are formed. That structure is called tetrad, because 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 haploid microspores are formed. That's why they are interconnected to each other. That's why these are called tetrads. They after the formation, they may separated during the pollination. Here each cell is referred to as microspore, and each with a haploid set of chromosome. Okay, so this is about formation of sporo, that is the pollen grain. Okay, now we have formed pollen grains, right? We have formed a pollen grain within a chamber of anther. Okay, within a chamber of anther. You should draw this structure and remember which is the microsporangium and how the microspores are formed. Okay. Now, next term is that pollination. Any plant wants to perform sexual reproduction. Okay, at that time they have to produce the pollen grains within a flower on anther. That time formed pollen grains that could be that have to transfer from one flower to another flower. Otherwise there is no pollination, there is no fertilization. Without fusion, I already said, I already told you, male gamete plus female gamete, that is the process of fertilization. Why fertilization is necessary? Because to form the diploid zygote, and that diploid zygote then become converts into a embryo, and embryo converts into a child or that particular organism. So here any one species of plant, suppose this is one flower containing plant, we have one, okay, like this, plant 1. I drawn here another flower with attaching to leaf, okay, because we have to draw here one more flower. Okay, here is another plant with another flower and leaves. Okay, you may draw very nice diagrams. Okay, plant 1, plant 2. Suppose this is a bisexual flower containing plant. Okay, bisexual flower. This is also bisexual flower. Pollen grains, we have, suppose this is an anther. Anther here is burst after the maturity, and these are the pollen grains. What is this? Pollen grains. These are the pollen grains from burst anther. When maturity, anther get burst, okay, anther get burst and matured pollen grains comes out for the purpose of pollination. Pollination means that is the transfer of pollination. How can we define? Transfer of pollen grains from anther. Okay, this is an anther. Anther to, suppose this flower having with stigma. Okay, this is an stigma, female reproductive part. This flower also contain stigma. This flower also contain stigma. We know all these things. Okay, this is an stigma. Pollination, how can we define? Look at here. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of same flower or different flower of same plant or different stigma of different plant. Okay, transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma, that is called pollination. Write down definition. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called as pollination. This is called pollination. We have to move that pollen grain from anther to stigma. Okay.